My dear friends, we have an impression about John the Baptist being a tough man who could even confront Herod the king. And we also know that he's a straightforward person. Yes, he's straightforward and he lived an ascetic life. But when it comes to understanding people, I think he's one of the best. When it comes to judging people, we are far ahead of John the Baptist. Though he was sinless and saintly, lived an ascetic life, he didn't judge people as much as we do. We sometimes categorically condemn people in our hearts and in our conversations, in our attitudes. We do, dear friends. None of us want to be associated with sometimes politicians. We think politics is a dirty job. At least in this country, politics is kind of a septic tank. We should not get in there. You stink if you get there. And that's the last thing you want to do, and your family members, if they are involved, you want them to be out of it. And we think all the lawyers lie and they live on lies. And this medical field is a kind of a mafia. All of them are targeting to earn money. These are attitudes. And some of us even dare to say, get out of it. Don't be that. Look at this incident. Tax collectors were considered sinners, definite sinners, and they were not recognized in that Jewish society. And they had a conversion and they got baptized and asked John, what should we do? He didn't say, stop being a tax collector, get out of it. Instead, he said, okay, it's okay, be a tax collector. You are doing a job. But don't charge or get people to pay more than what is prescribed. Do exactly what you are asked to do. And no one likes soldiers. They are murderers. They kill people. They are hired murderers. John the Baptist didn't ask them to get out of their profession either. Rather, he said, okay, be a soldier. You are doing the right thing. You are getting a salary. Work for that. But stop this unnecessary threat on people. Don't hurt them. Just because you have a weapon in your hand, you have power, don't steal. Satisfy with your wages. Be satisfied with what you get. Dear friends, what does he tell these people exactly? He tells them, know who you are. Understand your role. Don't overdo it. Don't misuse it. Don't abuse it. And don't underestimate yourself either. Be at your best. It is John the Baptist gives his own life example. He sets an example there. People thought he was the Christ. And he says, no, don't put me in this unnecessary high pedestal. I am the herald of the Messiah. I am only a prophet who comes before him. I'm not the Christ. Don't underestimate me either. I am a prophet, yes. And be there. Dear friends, what we need to know is who we are. If you want to be a saint, if you want to live a good Christian life, you need to realize what your role, who we are, and what exactly we should be doing. Being a father is different from a director in a company. Father means a father material is different. It involves compassion, love, and caring. Not just giving commands like an army command, do this and that. In the meantime, you are a father, you also are a husband and a child to your parents. These roles to be played in different times. Being a mother is not just become a principal at home and checking on children and being a policeman, being after them and trying to discipline them always. It is needed, but it's more than that. Knowing your role, knowing and understanding who you are is enough. And then we act accordingly. Dear friends, even being in politics is good. Someone has to do this, someone has to rule the country. But what is not right is misusing that power for your own selfish motives, stealing, killing people, and ruining the country without a plan. This is not right. They are doing the right thing, but things are not done right. In our own lives, dear friends, we have different roles to play in different times. If we can understand our role at each time, if we make a conscious effort to know it and act, we are also not far from being a saint. Martin Luther King said a nice and wonderful thing. If a man is called to be a street sweeper, we should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, Beethoven composed music, Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause to say, here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well. Dear friends, when it's come to ourselves, about me, about you, can someone say, here is a great person who did his job well? Amen.